Alright guys, let's take a quick look at stacks on the channel once again. Now the last time we looked at stacks, guys, was on the 25th of April. Now pretty much that's a local high. Now we did have a little bit higher high here on the 27th of April. But basically we find ourselves fighting 88 cents. Now you can see this is a weekly resistance here in green. So yeah, and we're looking at it on a daily time frame, guys, so keep that in mind. So we are, on the 8th attempt in the last couple of weeks trying to break this resistance. So that shows you, these green lines are not to be messed with, guys. Now, we do have somewhat a flag, a bullish, flag here. And we are breaking out. We just broke out pretty much yesterday. And yeah, I think we're going to meet the target up here. And that would take us up to about $1.14, guys. So, yeah, I think we will break this 88 cent mark, shortly. And we got to get through the top of this Fibonacci here at about $1.03. And then we'll probably, start to cool down once again up here at $1.14. Now, keep in mind, let's look at this on a long-term time frame. On a weekly, it's maybe better. We do have higher lows along the way. So you can see these blue marks here. Mean that's a higher low basically. So we just barely made a higher low here recently, and yeah, it looks like we are going to maybe get kind of a V-shaped recovery here. Now let's take a quick look here at the RSI and Stochc RSI, guys. Now the monthly time frame actually looks pretty perfect. It is oversold here on the Stochc, and it is right in the middle, slightly pointed to the upside on the RSI, but everything looks fine on the monthly time frame. Weekly time frame, a little bit overbought here on the Stochc RSI. The RSI is pointed up, and it's just, kind of creeping up, sliding up basically. But it's way under the middle of this neutral territory. Now, daily, it is pointed to the upside with the RSI. Looks pretty perfect, guys. Just getting out of the oversold territory here. 4-hour time frame. Actually, the RSI is flirting with being overbought. And the Stochc RSI is overbought. So that's, not so great on the 4-hour time frame. 1-hour time frame, guys, just coming out of the overbought here, but pointed pretty heavily to the downside. And a little bit flirting with being overbought on the RSI here. Now the 15-minute time frame actually looks okay. It is curving back up, it looks like here. So yeah, it's oversold right now. So the RSI also right in the middle, almost exactly in the middle. A little bit pointed to the downside though. But overall, guys, I would say longer term time frames, monthly, weekly, daily, not too bad. It may cool off on the 1-hour and 4-hour time frames, but the 15-minute looks okay. So yeah, I do expect stacks will probably go on another run here shortly. And, maybe it will cool down here, in the next few hours or day, really. Now, taking a quick look at the tokenomics of stacks, guys. Basically, max supply is 1.81 billion. And circulating, we have 1.52 billion. So most of this is circulating already. So that's actually a good sign. Now, taking a look at the all-time high, it was at $3.86 about a year ago, guys. I remember this. I was making videos like crazy. And yeah, we find ourselves all the way back down to 86 cents. And yeah, it did even go lower. Let's go back and we can look. Let's look on the daily time frame. But yeah, it did get all the way back down to the low of 47.7 cents. If you picked it up down here, guys, excellent buy. Really, that's just probably the best buy you can ever, make, really, because stacks is going to be a monster. So you're getting a 77% discount, guys, at the moment. And keep in mind that the supply is quite low. So yeah, 1.81 billion is not a lot, guys. Now let's take a quick look at Bitcoin, guys. You can see that Bitcoin is actually doing quite well. $97,000 today. This is the daily candle, guys, though, so it is kind of a little bit of a doji candle, but it is green. Now, we do have the FOMC meeting today. Now, it should be about a 98% probability that we're not getting a cut. And this meeting takes place in about 2 hours and 20 minutes, guys. So let's see what happens today. I don't think we're going to get a cut, guys. If we do, you can probably expect to hit probably $100,000 fairly easily today. But that's probably not going to happen. I don't think it's going to be too bearish if we don't get a cut, because that's what we're kind of expecting. It just depends what Powell says after, during the press conference, guys, which is like 30 minutes after the decision. So, stay tuned, watch the charts. Basically, you'll be able to tell what he's saying by just watching the charts. If he's saying bearish things, it's going to, go down, of course. And if he's saying bullish things, you'll see Bitcoin pop to the upside. I do think he will say more bullish things today if he doesn't cut, even though it looks like in June, it still looks like we're not going to get a cut, guys. I just don't see Powell, really pushing the bearish case here. He doesn't really have anything to show which, does not support us not getting a cut. China actually made cuts today. European Union made cuts, I think, last week, guys. Why aren't we making cuts at the Fed? So, yeah, Trump, he's trying to push Powell into making a cut, and we'll see today. I don't think he will bow to, Trump's pressure, but you never know. So if we get a surprise, expect probably at least about $100,000 today, and if not, we may go down a little bit, but I do think we will start to trend up by tomorrow. Now, taking a quick look at Ethereum, guys, you can see we're still in this channel, this ascending channel. Sooner or later, we're going to meet this long-term trend line, which has basically held us down, I think, since December, if I remember correctly. Let me go up and look, and you can see the top of this, mid-December, guys. We hit it several times, and we're coming to the point now where we have to make a decision. We have to make a decision whether either to break this to the upside or to probably break that, back down here into this reaccumulation zone, which we have been, recently. So it wouldn't be, big surprise. But yeah, we do have to make a decision very soon. Now, looking at the total market cap, guys, we are kind of just hanging around 1.02 trillion. We haven't broken down, really. I thought we would break down to about 969 billion. But it does look like we want to try to go up here. So let's see what happens. This will probably, turn green if we get bullish news today from the Fed. But it could be a deeper red if we get a lot of bearish news from, Powell tonight. Now, I want to show you this in a bigger time frame here. That's why it's really zoomed out. So next resistance is basically up here on a weekly time frame, guys, at about 70.43%. So that's about 5% to the upside, guys. Unfortunately, we will get crushed with altcoins. However, it might not happen too. You never know. So that is the next real resistance, though, on a weekly time frame. I just want you to be prepared to get crushed. And then you have 73.6, which if I zoom a little bit more, it's kind of hard to see it, but you do see we kind of hit this as well a few times. So yeah, be ready, guys. Now, the CME gap has actually been closed today. And if we go to the dollar index, guys, it is still falling. So that means a weaker dollar means a stronger Bitcoin. So that's why we probably saw Bitcoin go up a little bit more today. Now, liquidation heat map in the last 24 hours, guys, 232 million have been wrecked. That's still not that bad, guys. Still pretty tame, mostly shorts though. So that's actually good in my opinion. Now, fear and greed, 67 today. Yesterday was a 59, so we are kind of heating up quickly. I don't like to see us heat up too quick. Now I just refreshed this altcoin season index, guys, and we went from a 29 to a 27. And about an hour ago I refreshed this too, and it was at a 31 then. So we are starting to cool down a little bit, so that's not that good. But it's better than seeing, you know, what do we have? We had like 16s and 18s and I think a 14 and things like this. So yeah, still better, but we are still more leaning towards Bitcoin season. Now, bull market peak indicators, again, 0 from 30 have been hit, still 100% hold. Best indicator, guys, Pi cycle top indicator. What do you see, guys? Does it look like it's going to curve back up or not? I do think this is actually starting to curve back up. Now, like I said, guys, on the economic calendar, we still have the FOMC statement today. We have the decision, and we have the press conference. We also have consumer credit. That may be slightly important, but most important, though, really honestly, is what Powell says today. And if we get a cut or not, hey, if we get a cut, that's very important. Now, tomorrow, we have jobless claims. And on, let's see, on Friday, guys, we do have a ton of speakers. Now, if you look at investing.com, there's only like 4 speakers, guys. If you look at, I can't remember the website, guys, I'm sorry, but there's another website that shows about, I think, like 8 speakers. So it's going to be probably very volatile on Friday. So be ready for that. Now today, guys, we did have a few small pieces of economic data come out. And according to MEXC, which is a very good tool, guys, I recommend you check it out. There's a lot of trading indicators here. And it's not just all about these measurements that I'm showing you. But we did have 3 measurements today. You can see everything is pretty small news. You know, compared to something like this, which is a 0.685, which is mega. So anything over 0.1, whether it's positive or negative, you know, like negative here, this is really bad. You know, whether it's over, if it's over 0.1, positive or negative, guys, that's pretty large. Now, looking at crypto bubbles, guys, STX is actually one of the better performers today. There is HEX, but I used to have HEX actually. But I kind of gave up on it. It's just kind of dead. Like EOS, guys. This one is dead too. I gave up on that one. So yeah. Anyways, we are looking pretty good today. Pretty much green across the board. Keep in mind, Fartcoin actually had like many green days lately. So yeah, it's got to cool down eventually. Now, if you're looking to stake your stacks, guys, just go to Coinando here. Type in stacks and you can see all the deals here. Be careful. You don't want to get locked up. You know, for too long, because yeah, you just don't know when the bull run is really going to end, and that final phase is pretty fast, guys. So I was in it last time, and yeah, it was over before pretty much we got started, you know. So anyways, do as you want to, be aware of the limits and things, and yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I got for you today on stacks, guys. If you want to sign up with some of the exchanges in the description, it would help me out a lot. And there is MEXC down there too. You can check that out as well. The website is there. And yeah, guys, if you want to become a member of the channel for $2, I will put you in the Telegram and forward most of the MEXC measurements, which are here, like I showed you. And at least the ones that affect Bitcoin and things, that's the ones I will forward. I'm not going to forward everything there. For example, the earnings of Disney or Microsoft and things. That doesn't really affect Bitcoin so much. So anyways, guys, if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you guys in the next one.